Welcome to Gentle Hand Horse Training. This is the continuation of episode 1 with riding your horse and then ground driving them to get used to the bit. Here I have a O-ring snaffle bit, very good for young horses, not hard on their mouth, and you can really get them to soften up with this and listen to you. So I just go ahead and I'm going to put my hand over his head to keep his head low. That way if he backs away from it, I've got him contained here. And I'm just going to kind of pry his mouth open a little bit and slide that bit in. Always bring your horse's ears forward, underneath the head stall so that they do not get ear shy. You do not want an ear shy horse. So as you can see, I just went ahead and left my halter and lead rope on. That shouldn't be a problem. And we're going to use driving reins here to ground drive Flame, and you'll see here he's a little bit sensitive to this bit still, that you would not want to be in the saddle working with the bit. That's why ground driving is perfect for this, for them at this phase. So that you can get them to be soft and responsive to the bit without them throwing their head up with you in the saddle, freaking you out, and getting the wrong response from you and learning that they can do that. So these just clip onto the bridle. I run them through his saddle here. The important thing to remember is before you ever ground drive a horse from his bridle, you want to ground drive it from the bottom of the lead rope here and get them soft to that so they can do a figure 8 trotting before you try bringing in something new that's completely foreign to them. So I just get behind him, I ask him to walk off. He's going to go ahead and walk. Probably going to have to encourage him a little bit when he gets by his buddy. Just give him a little bit extra encouragement. So first, I just let him walk around the edge of the round pen, kind of get used to the bit. Now, if he starts throwing his head and chewing on that bit, I'm going to turn him right away. I want to make him work for that. I want a soft, quiet horse who doesn't throw the bit and throw its head and, come on, be all mouthy. That's not a pleasant horse to ride, and you can curb those bad habits right now on the ground. So he threw a little bit. He doesn't like to turn. He's getting better at this. He's getting softer. Now, what you saw there was the result of days of ground driving him. Normally, when I would ask him to turn, he would probably, I'm just going to ask him to speed up a little bit here. I didn't want to trot, but that's okay. We'll let him move out for a little bit, and I'll just kind of chill here in the middle till he decides to slow down again. So, first time I asked him to turn with a bit in, he didn't do that at all. He threw his head up in the air, and he about acted like he was going to come over backwards on me. So he's starting to get really soft to this. After I get him where I can do a figure 8 at a trot, I will ride him with the bit in, and there won't be the need to ground drive him any longer. Go ahead and turn him. It's good to turn your horse into the fence. It teaches them to turn their front end and plant their hindquarters, which will be very useful later when you're riding them. So he picks up to a trot. Once again, if he wants to move out a little bit, I'm good with that. If he would try to go into a canter, I will pull him back. And he decides that's enough of that. I'm going to go ahead and turn him, give him something to do. He seems a little bit bored. He's going to pick up to a trot. So we're going to try some more difficult turning. Let's see if we can do a figure 8 at a walk. So we're just going to pull the left rein out here. He's like, oh, do I stop? I think you're saying stop. No, you walk. There we go. So this is a really sloppy figure 8. When he pulls like that, don't give until he gives. Then release him. So he's like not really sure about this. He's only had to go around the edge of the round pen so far. I'm going to keep the pressure on that left rein until I get him to doesn't tip his nose, I'm not going to have a soft horse. So we're going to try it again until I get what I want. So I pull him out a little bit, kind of set him walking this way. Then I'm going to take him and circle him the other way, looking for a figure 8 here. He's not sure about this at all. So you just see that steady hand that makes him sure. Did you see my immediately release? We're doing a really sloppy figure 8 here. That's okay. That's what it looks like when you start it. So I'm going to pull him out. He thinks he's just going to keep going around. He's looking for that release. He finds it. Tell him to get up. So we're going to pull him this way a little bit. So as you can see, he is not soft enough in the bit yet for me to ride him with a bit. But we're working on it, and the more work we do, the more he's going to come around. So he there just automatically turns that way. Going to keep a firm hand on him, look for him to pull his nose around. There. It doesn't matter if I get the actual figure 8 I want or not. It matters that he softens up in my hands and listens. Eventually we'll get the figure 8. Don't focus on that. What I'm focusing on right now is the turning, which you just saw him soften up. He didn't pull on either of those times I asked him to turn. So if he makes this turn, good, which he does, I'm going to ask him to stop to give him a break. Ask him to back up a few steps. Back. Let him rest. So that gives you a good idea on ground driving and why it's important. And I hope you have a wonderful day and the Lord's blessings be upon you. Thank you.